With the sixth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight on Idaho News 6. Following an exciting start to the NFL Draft, I'm Don Nelson. We'll be checking in with our large team of neighborhood reporters live in the field across the Treasure Valley and southern Idaho tonight as fans and families celebrate their favorite player's big moment. We've got a lot in store for you tonight, but we've got to start with what everyone's talking about, those two words. Ashton Jeanty. It's the news we were all waiting for. Jeanty officially going to the Raiders as the sixth pick overall. The story is years in the making. The record-setting Bronco and Heisman Trophy runner-up is now looking forward to a bright career in the NFL. But his time with the Broncos truly was special. The star running back got his college start back in 2022 with the Broncos. As a freshman, Jeanty appeared in all 14 games and amassed 821 rushing yards on 156 carries. Of course, he only improved from there, wrapping up his career at BSU with a record 2,601 rushing yards and 29 touchdowns on 374 rushes in the 24 season. Are you kidding me? Those numbers are unbelievable. The most rushing yards of any running back that year and breaking school records in each of those categories. With numbers like those, it's no wonder Jeanty went so early on night one of the NFL Draft. A one-time KIVI talent spent many of his days at the station following Jeanty's record-setting career at Boise State. It's a face you may recognize. Our former downtown neighborhood reporter Brendan Jones is in Green Bay for the draft.
Yes, Coastal Loveland coming to the Chicago Bears. It'll be interesting to see how he's used with the new coach, Ben Johnson, who loved to do the two tight end look out in Detroit when he was the offensive coordinator. Now the Bears will have Coastal Loveland and Cole Kmet, their tenured tight end. We'll have to see how the Gooding, Idaho product fares in the Windy City. I know I'm excited for it as a Bears fan. He helped Michigan a lot in his few years there, so you just got to be excited for it. And, of course, Ashton Jeanty, 6 to the Raiders. I know a lot of people near Idaho will be happy to see him stay at least close to Boise State as he continues his next step in that journey of football for him.
There's probably no one more qualified to talk about the NFL Draft than Dirk Koetter. Koetter is a former Boise State and Arizona State head coach and former head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL. I asked Koetter what it's like to prepare for the draft as an NFL and collegiate coach. Has there been a pick where you were like,
oh, a famous one? Absolutely.
You'll get that answer from Coach Koetter in just a moment. Koetter told me preparing for the draft as an NFL head coach takes not weeks, but months.
So from, roughly the 1st of January up until the draft. But you got to remember, you've got a whole scouting department and front office that they've been working a year in advance.
Koetter says the NFL teams pretty much know what the players can do on the field. They want to know what they know off the field, and that's where a good college staff comes in.
I think the best way you can prepare them is for how to do a good job in the interviews.
So what about Ashton Jeanty?
In Ashton's case, as a running back, they want to know, do you understand protections? Do you understand defenses? Do you understand the different run schemes? Or are you just a guy that's out there playing in the backyard?
Here's how Koetter breaks down the rounds as far as potential NFL talent.
If you draft a guy in the 1st or 2nd round, you're expecting that guy to be a 10-year starter right off the bat. 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, those are guys that may help your team, but you may not need them to start right off the bat. 6th and 7th round, those are guys you're not even sure if they're going to make your team.
Koetter told me each NFL team is different on who makes the final decision on a draft pick. When he was head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he wished he had more input on one particular kicker from Florida State.
And here comes the 3rd round, and our pick's coming around, and our GM's got sweat on his brow, and he's looking at the ownership brothers, and they're all nodding their head, and he's looking at me, and I'm going, no. And we took a kicker in the 3rd round, and he ended up being a bust.
Koetter would like to see the draft not go 3 days, but understands the business.
No offense to you, Don, but now the TV's involved, they got to spread it out over 3 days.
None taken. Enjoy the draft here on ABC.